The image of the Cuauhtémoc and the masts of the Cuauhtémoc hitting the Brooklyn Bridge were horrific. And this story that began with splendor and that ended in sorrow, the tale of maritime elegance undone by mechanical failure, human error, and perhaps bureaucratic complacency. The ship, the Cuauhtémoc, named after the last Aztec emperor and an area in Mexico, is no ordinary vessel. She is the floating embodiment of Mexican naval pride, a 270-foot bark with three towering masts, bedecked in lights and traditions, sailing into foreign ports as a symbol of goodwill. And on the evening of Saturday, May the 18th, as the ship lit up the East River and passed Manhattan skyline, spectators waved from the shore, sailors saluted from the rigging. It was theatre, patriotic, choreographed, even moving. And then came the silence and the snapping of masts and the screams. Built in Bilbao in 1981, the Cuauhtémoc is more than a ship. It's a floating academy, a travelling ambassador platform for young Mexican naval cadets to learn seamanship while showcasing their country's culture abroad. She had departed from Acapulco in April for a 254-day voyage. New York was to be a triumphant stop along a route including Havana, Aberdeen, and Reykjavik. And her mast stood at 147 feet, majestic, ceremonial, designed to impress. And on Saturday night, the plan was simple. Depart stern first from Pier 17, pause along the Brooklyn's waterfront, and then head back to sea. And the ship was flying the tricolour of Mexico, shining beneath the bridge lights. But instead of glory, she met the Brooklyn Bridge quite literally. At approximately 8:20, the Cuauhtémoc reversed into the East River. It was a standard procedure, but this time things went disastrously wrong. Video footage shows the ship gathering pace in the wrong direction, drifting back towards the bridge with alarming speed. Several sailors, still waving cheerfully from the deck, appeared unaware of the imminent danger. But up on the rigging, panic had set in. Sailors began unhooking themselves. They scrambled down ropes, but the descent was too slow and the ship too fast. All three masts struck the Brooklyn Bridge in rapid succession, 1, 2, 3. Like matchsticks, they splintered and collapsed, and from the deck it must have sounded like thunder. From above, horror. Two young sailors fell from the rigging, Adolje Marcos, America Jamilet Sanchez. Both lost their lives. 19 others were injured, 2 critically. They remain in hospital. Eyewitnesses screamed. One onlooker said, "It had to be on purpose. Did you see someone fall?" Another saw a sailor dangling mid-air, unable to move for 15 agonizing minutes. So how could this happen? According to marine traffic data and expert testimony, a perfect storm of errors aligned. The current in the East River surged northward at 10 miles per hour as 10 miles per hour wind pressed the ship south, a perilous combination. The Cuauhtémoc's engine, only 1,125 horsepower, was reportedly stuck in reverse, far too weak to fight the current unaided. And critically, the assigned tugboat, the Charles D. McAllister, arrived late and was not tethered, and without a line it could only push, not pull. And the effort was tragically insufficient. John Conrad, a veteran merchant mariner, put it plainly: this was avoidable. If a docking pilot had been aboard, if the tug had been tied off, if a second tug had been called, if the engine had responded. Instead, Mexico's proud ambassador drifted into disaster. Yet even here, there was one grim solace. The steel rigging helped prevent the masts from toppling completely into the water. Had they fallen, dozens might have died. Yet even with that, it's still a major disaster, isn't it? The Brooklyn Bridge survived, but 2 families didn't. Adolje Marcos and America Jamilet Sanchez were both in their 20s. They'd joined the Navy not merely for a career, but for a cause, to represent their country on the global stage. America Sanchez had posted a picture of herself smiling aboard the Cuauhtémoc just hours before her death. The irony is cruel, the tragedy preventable. And in the coming weeks, maritime investigators will issue a report. The Mexican Navy will review procedures. Tugboat policies may change, but none of it will bring back those who have been lost. This then is not just a tale of steel against stone, it's a parable about ceremony overtaking caution, about pride performance, and the high cost of neglect. I hope the Cuauhtémoc, the descending eagle, reminds us not only of Mexico's soaring maritime tradition, but how easily that flight can be brought down.